We good? Okay. I think we're rolling. Right. Friends, miscreants, longshipians, and Vikings. Hello there. Gonna start with an apology. Beadora, I know I said I would do less horror nonsense, but in my defense, I really, really, really want to tackle this game. And so that's what we're going to be doing this evening. This is All the Windows Are Gone. Sorry, The Windows Are Gone. I shouldn't say all. The Windows Are Gone, a game by Scary Cube. This actually came out last October and has flown relatively under the radar. It's done good, you know, as Steam indie games exist, but it's definitely not one of the bombastic bangers. And when I encountered the premise of this game, I have to admit, I was kind of fascinated. The TLDR, we are moving into this house. And shit's gonna get spooky. Now, you all know, especially if you've been watching these little, like, mini horror nonsense, that having finished The House of Leaves finally this year, I have become the most insufferable kind of House of Leaves fan, in that I won't shut up about it. But it's led me on this path of, like, liminal horror obsession. That is to say, an obsession with this post-SCP forces beyond our control. This evolution on, like, the cosmic horror space. The mundane turned atop us, but not in that kind of poltergeist, post-80s, 90s schlock horror way, in a way that feels very personal and very real. And after Pools, I guess I've been set on a path. And when this crossed my feed, I kind of knew it was something that I was going to have to cover. So, aside from the fact that we are moving into this house ahead of us and that shit's gonna get weird, I know nothing. So, if you have the capacity and the mood for something a spooky, I hope you'll come with me on this journey. Otherwise, I completely understand. I will have to do like a standalone YouTubian video at some point that's just happiness and loveliness. I understand that I basically, by setting myself on this path of liminal space horror, I now have to also do a series on games that are just lovely. But we'll come back to that later. Anyway, this is The Windows Are Gone. I have my sake. It's late. It is another exceedingly warm summer evening. And I think it is perfect to throw ourselves into a spooky game. Whatever happens, you're along for the ride. Oh, and just as an FYI, I might include it in the playlist, but we did do a playthrough of myhouse.wad. Oh, in my dreams I see this house. Just as some people have drawn comparisons between this and myhouse.wad, and if you haven't seen that playthrough, I wholeheartedly recommend it. If not my playthrough, then someone's. Or play it for yourself. It's incredible. I feel it calling for me. Oh, good. I never expected to be doing a series on these kind of like micro horror games. I guess it makes sense considering how much I love the Dread collection and stuff like that, but I never expected I'd be doing these. But I'll be honest with you, like, in the grand I should write that down, that's very clever. In the grand scheme of things, I understand that, like, I am not some YouTubian supermaster. I am not Markiplier with a fancier accent. Whenever I do, I can't stop thinking about this house in Ariana? My dyslexia plays again. But I do feel this weird compulsion with a bunch of these games, predominantly because these are too short to stream, right? Twitch doesn't like it when I jump between different games. But I find myself fascinated in them. And friends, the windows are gone. I hope you can already see why I wanted to play this. Okay. Hi, honey, how are you holding up? I'm taking it one day at a time. How was the funeral? I wish I could have been there for you. I didn't go. I couldn't do it. Oh goody, this is going to be extremely personal as well as horrifying. I'm not going to trauma dump on you all at the very beginning of a video about some spooky nonsense, but let me tell you, this is already hitting some beats. I understand. She would have understood too. You know that, right? Right. And what about your new house? It's in Marina? Marina Nana? Mariana? I'm going to say Marina, and I apologise to everybody that's probably going to drive up the wall. Right? Like, it's quite a long way from home. Yeah, you know what? I'm on my way there now. And actually, I'll text you once I get there. Alright, be careful on the road. Love you. Okay. So, welcome to our new spot. Press tab to pick up your phone. From Mum. Alright, be careful on the road. I love you. I'm on my way there right now. Text you once I get there. Oh, okay, so we can... Hey, I just arrived at the house. The box is inside, and I will text you later. Okay. New house. That's interesting. I assumed they were talking about a mother who had passed away, so... Whatever goes from here. Now, one of the things that attracted me to this game was something that has kind of wormed its way into my little noggin. Okay, so inspect. This box says upstairs guest bedroom, upstairs master bedroom, living room. All right, let's grab this one for the living room. Pop that down there as we start moving things in. So, in as many years as I'm sure you've all noticed, we've encountered this wonderful birth of a new pseudo-genre, the cozy game, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, I love it. I will admit I probably don't play as many cozy games as I would given the opportunity, but I love it. Ooh, what's this? A VHS tape 1, My Family. Probably play it in the VHS player. Oh, I've got to unpack first. Go ahead. Get on. Oh, M for a map of the house. Okay. Oh, the living room is the space we're in. Okay. So we'll plonk this box down here. Pop it over there. So both cozy games and dad games have done a really good job of creating this precedent about non-standard and predominantly non-conflict based games. We are now in an era where users are kind of used to the idea of here is a game where the goal isn't to... Oh. Okay, this room is locked. I'll have to find a key somewhere. Okay. So this is the downstairs office. That's very cool. I guess I've got to keep an eye out to see if we can find the key to open the downstairs bedroom. But these kind of cozy games, these dad games isn't a great shorthand, but it predominantly refers to games like, you know, Farming Simulator and Power Wash Simulator and things like that. Things that would be seen as like Sunday afternoon dad chores turned into games. They aren't inherently cozy, but there is a vibe of like, you have a very simple task and you overcome it, you know, you do the hard work, and at the end of it you get to see your lovely, I don't know, garden or your lovely clean environment truck, what have you. So I think the two, like, I don't even want to call them subgenres, designators, like thematic indicators, but they have so much in common. And one of the great things about horror, as I'm sure you well know, and I'm sorry, I'm basically at this point in the game just telling you a whole bunch of shit you already know. Let me waffle, this is for me. But good horror is about subversion of expectation. The old movies like Poltergeist, like, oh god, what was the one? Michael J. Fox. The Frighteners, The Haunters. You tell me in the comments. I'm sure I can remember it given half a chance. But They took this idea of, you know, happy new family moves into new place. Just kidding. It's really fucking spooky. And it's easy to mock now, considering how many of those movies have been made and that trope has been driven into the ground. But, you know, did a really good job at the time. With this whole genre of cozy games, this whole genre of dad games, we've almost created a normality around games where you just do the thing. Unpacking is an incredible emotional journey, but it is told through the medium of packing and unpacking your things. If you haven't played Unpacking, you deserve it. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. And I think that's what's drawn me to this so heavily, right? Okay, so that one is upstairs master bedroom, upstairs master bathroom, downstairs office. Alright, well, we know where downstairs office is, so take that in. But the idea of taking something like Unpacking, taking the menial back and forth and plunking it smack bang into something maybe not horrifying but definitely unsettling. I don't know. Okay, so we've done the office and the living room. Can we check the basement before we play that VHS tape? I think there's something incredibly powerful about articulating on that. The irony being that, like, especially Power Wash Simulator... Oh, that's locked as well. I'm going to find some keys. Is... I don't think it's unfair to call it kind of a... articulation on Viscera Cleanup. Itself a parody of those, like, hyper-violent video games, and asking the user, what if you were the poor bugger that had to clean up after, I don't know, the ninja from Ninja Gaiden cuts through 20,000 people. I don't know. I don't think Viscera Cleanup gets the conversational respect it deserves. Downstairs bathroom, upstairs main hallway. Okay, downstairs bathroom, we'll take that. Like, indie games have already done such a good job of breaching so many emotional topics. Combining all of these things together, I think, is very, very powerful. Okay, bathroom's done. I mean, I think I'm far too sober to breach the concept of grief and how we explore it and the changes that we make in our lives. Just gonna put you there. Not ready to go upstairs yet. Kitchen. Okay. But like, I'm sure each and every one of you could think of at least one exceptional video game that has really done a great job of tackling the concept of grief. This is going to use it as the jumping off point for something. And whatever that something is, well, we're going to discover it together. I don't know. No, sorry, I guess I'm in full Waffle Nancy mode. It's just, as I said, the idea of taking something like Unpacking, taking that menial focus and using it as the basis for something more, I think is very powerful. Weird, this was open already. I mean, as you can see already, friends, like, the pacing is gloriously glacial. And this beautiful track being both gorgeous and mournful. It's incredibly powerful. It's kind of... only because it's the first game that springs to mind that I played recently, but this whole thing reminds me very much of Botany Manor. Purely because of, like, the... Nope, nothing in the toilet. The lovely pacing of it. Also, I'm sure you've already noticed before I have, but like anytime we pass through, like the light streaming through these dusty houses, there's a. Okay. Sorry, our character was saying they're not sure they're going to get used to this bed, but it'll do for now. Yeah, you know. That's how you get bed bugs, buddy, but don't worry about it. Considering the other games we played so far in this little mini-series have had people that were either rich or curious or possibly just fucking employed by some SCP-type organization or t'other. This one's interesting because this is a very relatable thing, right? So, like, so far we've done what? We've done pools, we did the Nameless City, and what was the other one we did? Has it just been those two? No. There's another one. Anyway, but between those two, like, in pools, you are either an SCP test subject type individual or you are an agent sent in. Whether you are sent in there voluntarily or against your will, I mean, that's a discussion and a half. But with this is something very, very personal. You felt the calling of this house, and you have decided you're going to move here in the grief of whomever you've lost. Alright, so let's see what this videotape gets us, because this is clearly the start of whatever it is we're going to be facing down. As the tape starts playing, I see a middle-aged man handling the camera. I quickly realise that the man is the same... Sorry, that the man is in the same house that I'm in. He's all smiles as he moves away from the camera and joins his family as they can be seen playing around in the backyard. I wonder if they're the previous owners of this house. His wife and children seem to be having a great time, laughing and running around, and there's a moment where the wife comes up behind the husband and puts her arms around him, and they both smile and briefly look at the camera. It's nice, really. I can't help but feel like there's something off, though. It's like there's an underlying tension, a sense of unease that's hard to describe. Maybe it's just me, but I get this feeling that things aren't as perfect as they seem on the surface. It feels like happiness portrayed here is a deceptive lure, tempting me to bite it, and overwhelming me with its actual intention. It's written on the man's face. It's like he's trying to hide something behind his smile. The tape ends with when one of the kids trips and falls on the ground. While the mother tends to the crying boy, the father's disingenuous smile finally fades away as he approaches the camera to turn it off. Once he's right in front of the frame, though, I get an eerie feeling of intrusiveness, as if he caught me prying on his personal life. And the tape ends. It's a strange feeling, watching these recordings of someone else's life. I can't help but wonder what happened to them. Where are they now? Did they move away a long time ago? Are they still together? It's like I'm peeking into a world that's not mine. A world that's both familiar and foreign at the same time. Now, I'm desperately trying to remember the horror movie. I believe it's Insidious. Sorry, I got a text. Just hang on for a second. Everything good? Yeah, we good. Yeah, it's all good. Kind of weird tape. I think it's from the old owners of this house. Alright, let's finish laying up the downstairs. We haven't found... Oh, meme. Did you watch it? What's on it? I was expecting you to lecture me not to do that, but yeah, I saw some weird stuff. Okay. So we got upstairs hallway, upstairs guest, upstairs bath. Oh! Emoji face. Your mom knows how to use emojis? Upstairs storage. Upstairs master bathroom. Okay. Alright, well let's do this. By the looks of things, we've already done the downstairs. Anyway. I'm trying not to deconstruct this too hard while we're playing it, right? Like, I'm a big proponent of being in the moment, of not overly analysing something whilst you're doing it. Okay, yeah, this is upstairs hallway. Cool. But in the same breath, this game was already doing so much with so little. It's hard not to draw a whole bunch of comparisons to other great things. I don't know. It would be feckin' hilarious if it turns out this is actually just and then upstairs master bathroom. Alright, I know where that is. It would be hilarious if it turns out you literally just move into this little house and then your mum texts you and you're like, I'm feeling a bit sad. And mum's like, you know what, that's bad for you. I hope you be less sad and happy. Sorry, I had a little thought that maybe the letterbox leading into the house would be the thing that gives us the keys to the downstairs guest bedroom and the basement. But it's fine, you know. I'm sure the basement is fine. Okay. Did you hear that? Nah, must be me. Okay. Talk. Hello there! You must be the new neighbour. Yes, I am. Oh, lovely! She awkwardly pauses for a second, so you say nothing. Welcome? Mariana's a wonderful town. Lovely people? Can you tell me about it? Well, Mariana's quite a lovely little town, but it's full of beauty. Oh, yes, make sure you visit the, Araucarianus. We'll call it the car park. Don't even worry about it. The Araucarianus Park, when you have the chance. Beautiful trees there, I see. Also, people here are known for their friendliness. That being said, I hope you understand we take pride in tradition, so please don't embarrass us with your differences. Ma'am, I'm going to set fire to your pants. You look familiar. Do I know you? Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe? That's what they say. It's a small world. In any case, if we know each other... Well, we know each other now, don't we? Anyway, is there anything I can help you with? Well, I couldn't help but notice that the house has been purchased and the new owner would be here today, so I baked you something as a welcoming gift. But that's very kind. You didn't have to. I think you're going to love it. I left it on your kitchen counter. You went inside my house. Wait, excuse me? Oh, don't worry, dear. I know this house inside and out. Wait, you know this house? This house has lots of history. It's a very unique one. In a way, I think you know it too. Every corner, every shadow seems familiar to you, doesn't it? In any case, you'll get familiar with it soon enough. Okay, sorry, I accidentally clicked the same one. Okay, so I'll continue. Alright then. Now, do me a favour, my dear. Try some of the pastry I made for you, will you? I'm sure you'll love it. Okay, just please... Sorry. Okay, just please stay here this time, alright? What? She nods and smiles. Alright, we'll see what she left in the fucking kitchen. Oh, I left the back door open. That's on me. Alright, inspect. A plate of grossetoli made by the neighbour. I'm not sure if I should eat this, but the smell is irresistible. Okay. Well, I'll go back and pretend like I did. Ooh, nim 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 nim. Oh, I sure did eat all those cookies. Thank you. Alright. I can't wait to ingest 7 tabs of acid and trip tits. Alright, we had one. At least we can say we had it. Let's go say thank you. And she fucked off. Alright. The note just says, welcome home, but I assume it came from the lady. Where did she go? kind of hoping we just see her in one of the bushes. Alright. There's been some weirdness, so I'm just going to pop the audio up a little bit more. As I load the boxes to my house, I couldn't help... Okay. As I loaded the boxes into my new home, I couldn't help but be reminded of the toll the trip to Mariana had taken on me. That, combined with the odd encounter with a neighbour, made me realise I was exhausted. I decided it would be wise to take a quick nap in the master bedroom. Besides, I was curious about what would be comforting of my new bed. Alright, well, we can at least take one of the boxes up. Alright, upstairs master bedroom. Oh, I'm too knackered to carry up another box. Alright. I feel I should be more creeped out with the person who was just like, and I popped into your kitchen before we ever met. Homie, what? Not cool. But, alright. Nap time! I'm sure this will be fine. I definitely heard something in the house. Alright, I will need to crank the volume. If at some point it means you can't hear me, I think that's a small price to pay. You'll have to listen to me enough anyway. So this time I didn't dream about the house. Probably because I was finally here. I mean, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. So I pour myself another bevy. No. This time I had a different dream. Oh! Jesus. Look at wife! My wife and I were clearly in a hurry to the hospital. She was clearly in a lot of pain. I don't have legs. It's fine, it's dream logic. So talking to her, I find myself in the car, quickly driving my wife to the hospital. Since her water had just broken, it's like, okay, honey, are you gonna be okay? Yes. Just avoid any bumpy roads, please. She gives off a nervous laugh. Have you called your mother? I didn't know, I forgot. Can you call once we get there? Of course, of course. Thank you, and please, remember, the highway's blocked. Hurry. Alright, I will. Just hold on tight to that whole-ass baby. Oh, fuck. What's going on, Jessica? It feels very reminiscent of Paratropic right now, and I was not prepared for it. There's a stillness to it all. Surprisingly unsettling. Okay, look, turning around the person in the passenger seat being suddenly feckin' dead is unsettling. I acknowledge that. God, what a horrible nightmare. That dripping noise. I was asleep. Where's it coming from? Alright. Let's go handle the drippy. Okay, well, it's not this sink. You know what? I'm not too fussed by the dripping. But let's see if we can unpack the rest of the bloody van. Because we already took a power nap. But no, it's just, that was very reminiscent of Paratropic in that sense of, like, everything shifts so quickly. Okay, I am not picking those up. Apparently I'm just done with packing for today, or unpacking. Sorry, I find myself in that weird act in all horror games where it's like, we don't know the stakes. We don't know what's coming. Okay. It's not coming from the spare bathroom. I guess it's downstairs then. But yeah, it's hard to comment or really add anything at this stage because we don't know where we're going. Alright, it's not here. It's the basement. It's the bloody basement. It's fine, we don't have a key, which means we can't get in, which means we don't have to... Wow. Bugger! Oh, great. There's a leak in the ceiling. That's what I get for buying an old house. Got a weird feeling about this, though. I can't quite explain it. Maybe it's the constant noise, maybe it's the water itself, but I don't know, I can't shake this odd feeling I have when thinking about it. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. I can't be bothered right now. I'm going back to bed. VHS tape 2. Take this to the VHS player and play it. The Accident. I'm sure that's fine. I'm just close the basement and not think about it. The leak is coming from the one room we can't get into because we couldn't get into the basement. The basement's now open because of, you guessed it, reasons. So whatever is in there is leaking into the basement, and I'm sure it's fine. What if this whole thing just turns out to be like a homeowner's nightmare? It's not actually a horror game at all. It's just at the end it's like, and you will have to pay for all kinds of rotted wood repairs. Woo! That would be good. The Navidson report just turns out to be just like some poor mathematics. Sorry, I guess one of the other things that really made me want to head to this was, this being a game that predominantly focuses on just moving into a new place, but... Sorry. Good morning, son. Oh, it's from our dad. Good morning, son. Your mum told me you arrived in Marina yesterday. How's it going? Ah, Dad, well, have a leaky basement. Ah, no, I'm sorry. How's the new house? Is it all you're hoping for? You know what? It's okay. I was bringing in boxes yesterday. I got tired. We'll get back to doing that right now. The text conversation with the parents is actually a really good way to get us, on task. Upstairs storage. Upstairs guest bathroom. Upstairs master bedroom. Okay, cool. That's literally our bedroom. This over here, and yeah, we've just got storage, hallway, a couple other spots. We're almost nearly unpacked. Should probably watch that tape though before the day is done. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. So, this is VHS tape 2. The tape shows that man, who I assumed was the previous owner of this house, working on the basement, with the camera sitting on the counter and pointing to him. He seems to be alone in the house, although I can just about hear his children playing in the backyard. The tape is slightly damaged, but I can make out most of what's happening. Oh good, I'm sure none of this will be bad. For a few seconds, he just stays there in silence, as if anxiously rehearsing the first words on camera. When he finally starts speaking, I'm suddenly caught by a sense of uneasiness. I shiver slightly. The man also seems uneasy and disturbed. His words, measured and hesitant, give off this sense that he's trying to describe a feeling that he can't fully comprehend, but has taken over him. Oh, good. Oh, good. This seems healthy and good. He speaks of a sense of impending disaster, of a terrible event he thinks is about to occur to his family. He is less and less coherent until he's taken by his own emotions and accidentally drops the tool he was using on the ground. He starts crying, carefully covering his mouth so that no one notices him. He mentions the terrible event will be his fault. He mentions the terrible event will be his fault. Poor little Bevy. Watching him, I can't help but feel his words are directed at me somehow, as if he knows that I'm here watching this, and is trying to communicate with me. The way he talks about the events as if they've already happened. But then, why is he doing this? Why isn't he doing anything to prevent it from happening? What's the point of these tapes? Yeah, I am not rewatching Insidious. That movie shit me up. With the time I spent with... What's this? Upstairs storage grab. With the time I spent with the Blackout Club, I became aware of the concept of the Eidolon, right? A spirit, a force, a spectre, predominantly able to move and affect the world, almost transmitted through images. And if you want a good example of like an evil Eidolon, then 100% Insidious. Unless I've got my horror movies mixed up and my franchise is gafuggled, in which case I will have to issue a formal apology. But I believe it was Ethan Hawke. What have you got? Guest bedroom, upstairs bedroom, and hallway. Alright, we got this. And family move into a new spot, and upstairs guest bedroom. Cool. And he finds tapes of the previous families who had lived there, the things that had happened. And through the process of watching those tapes, shit gets bad. He does not have a good time. And it very much feels like that same kind of concept. A force beyond, released through the medium of observation. You watch these tapes, it is allowed to come through. Not something as malicious per se as, like, you know, the creature from It, but of a similar kind of multi-dimensional let's feckin' go style. Alright, what's this one? Upstairs bathroom. Alright, last box. We got this. I wonder if we have to return the truck. Hopefully we got it for a few days. As I was bringing in the boxes, I couldn't help but repeatedly ask myself, what was I actually doing here? I acted on the impulse when I bought this house. Imagine being able to just buy a house on impulse. Sorry. But the vivid, recurrent dreams I had after the accident plagued my mind and kept haunting me until I finally gave in. It's like I didn't have a choice. Alright, maybe it's desperation to start fresh, or the need to escape the memories of that dreadful night. But there I was, in this unfamiliar place with no one but myself, and for a moment I questioned my sanity. So I took a deep breath, letting the musty smell of the old house fill my lungs, and with a sense of determination I whispered to myself, I'm here now, and I have to make the most of it. This is a very British mindset. Still, I feel like I need to turn this place into my home, so I set out to unpack all the boxes and decorate this place. Well, there we go. Alright, again. You can now open the boxes to your liking. Alright. So, go shut the van, but yeah, let's start low, work high. Okay. Can't shut the van. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. What's there to steal? The van, certainly. Alright. So here we go. Open. Oh, okay. This is really cool. Alright, well, let's get setting. Okay, first things first. The Dev de player. It's obviously got to go in here, right? I'm going for that peak kind of 90s chic. Radio. I'm not much of a radio listener, but if I was going to put it anywhere, like have it on that table, kind of, you know, put some tunes on while we're doing the rest of the house, you know. Got some cushions, and this couch has definitely seen better days, but we'll make it work. At least until we can pop to IKEA, you know. You see what this is doing though, right? This is making us go through this lovely, like, cozy dad game kind of vibe of like, oh, just decorate your new house, you know? I'd actually be kind of fascinated to see how much people who play this all tend to go for the same kind of setup. With it being a god-awful warm evening at the moment, if I can, I'm going to plonk this facing the couch. Alright, forgive the bogan setup, but if I'm going to be spending a lot of time on this couch, there's nowhere else I want to put the fan. Alright, some books. Pop these over here so I can feel classy. Alright, I guess we'll put them over here. Have to get some new books though. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is your instruction to rebuy all of the Terry Pratchett books as physical editions. Right, this vase is not a good vase, but it'll do. Sorry. Brother-in-law, you doing okay? Oh, feck off. It's a bit overwhelmed, honestly. I'm decorating the house. Okay. And one more ugly vase. I guess we'll put it here. Honestly, I don't know why I even packed these. They are massive and yeah, same here. She was an incredible person. My sister loved you, man. But that's... I know. She hated your guts. Oh, yes. And last but by no means least, a happy picture frame. Let's put that here. Good little reminder. He just said, haha, seriously, I know, but, you know, wasn't your fault, man. Remember that. Cool, right. I love, dear random brother-in-law, I love unpacking trauma at the same time as I'm unpacking my house. Alright. The VHS tabled Tape 3 Rumble. No, it wasn't there yesterday. You know this. I know this. Alright, well, let's decorate the kitchen then. Oh, man, a blender. I, like so many individuals, love the idea of a blender. It has only ever been a nightmare to clean up in the future. And the one... Okay, so you know me. Or maybe you don't. Maybe it's the first time we've met. In which case, hello, ask me a question. I'm not a snobbish person. I have lived as a rich man and a poor man throughout my life. But One thing I am snobbish about is my toaster. It's got to be a 4-slot. Because it's a clay filter. Pineapple plastic jar. Oh my god. Well, that's got some actual good kitsch to it. Put that on the table. But yeah. Whilst we're basically waiting for the horror of this game to unfurl, yes, I will tell you my extreme personal opinions on household objects and what is important and what's not. Yes, I'm just... The only thing I'm snobby about is my toaster. It's got to be 4 slots. And I will say that we got a hand-me-down... Actually, I don't know if it was hand-me-down or buy nothing. But we did get a... I don't understand what this clay filter thing is. You know what? Whatever it is, I'm going to put it on buy nothing later. Yes, on the subject of buy nothing. The bowl's over here. We did manage to score a really, really nice rice maker. And I forget if it was a hand-me-down or a buy nothing. Similar to like Free Cycle and stuff like that. And I think from here on in, I will be very snobby about getting a good rice cooker. Or rice maker. Because, like, now that I've had a good one, I don't think I could go back. Last night I was, you know, dealing with the rigmarole of the human condition, as we all do. And I decided that... Wait, was it last night? No, last night I went to Chorby's and we played Wanted Dead. It was incredible. I will try and get the VOD of that posted. I was about to say, please remind me. This is a YouTube video. God damn it. You heard that, right? Anyway, just that... Oh, fuck off. Can't put anything out. What the fuck? Okay, okay. Oh, goody. The TV turned itself on, and I can just about make out a sound over the static. Come closer. Is that someone crying? Let's go get the Let's go get that creepy ass third tape, I guess. I was enjoying unpacking the house. Okay, as the tape starts playing, the scenes from before me... Okay, the scene before me is distorted and extremely unsettling. The man from the previous tapes stands in a place impossible to identify. He appears to hover in the darkness, surrounded by countless long red streaks that stretch as far as the eye can see, like veins that mysteriously emerge from above, just as inexplicably disappear behind him. Shut up, the rest of the house. Oddly enough, I can feel them pulsating beyond the TV screen, into my chest, suffocating me with the same feeling the man appears to be experiencing. In that crushing darkness, I inexplicably feel the man's despair, guilt, and regret, yet I cannot bring myself to stop the tape and I keep watching it. The camera shakes and glitches, and the time seemed to be part of the man's body somehow. His demeanor terrifies me. His words are fragmented, barely forming coherent sentences. In the brief moments that I see his face, there is a deep ache in his eyes, as if he carries an overwhelming burden upon his shoulders. He stammers feelings of regret and calls for his family, but he's all alone in that place. I feel for him and his family. Don't text me right now! I feel for him and I feel like his family is no longer reachable and he blames himself for it. It's a haunting sight and I can feel his pain seeping through the screen, echoing within my own being as if we somehow shared a consciousness. And in the midst of his own turmoil, his mouth opens wide, ready to unleash his agonies. Before he can do so, the tape abruptly ends. I feel broken by the intensity of what I've witnessed and almost feel ashamed to look at my own reflection. Yet I still feel like this was needed somehow. Oh cool, that seems healthy as fuck. Insurance prick. This is Franco from Auto Insurance. I'm to inform you that your car has been declared a total loss. Hello, alright. Fuck off. Did we finish the kitchen? What was that noise? I think it came from the basement. Yeah, nah. Oh, fuck! We're carefully investigating the details of the accident to my ability. By the way, sorry for your loss. That's from Insurance Prick. And then 901362 just texts us nothing. Where's the fucking door? Now, I am simultaneously incredibly impressed and also slightly horrified. Try and put that in the shower. Just because I've been on a liminal space kicker. Where the fuck did our doors just go? That door is fine, but there is now no longer a door to the garden. I'm going to keep unpacking. I am going to use the power of oblivious nonsense to fuck. Hey, remember that one room we couldn't get into? That currently has a box open in the middle of it? I'm even setting up what will be my computer room because I don't think I'm going to make it that long. A feckin' phone book. There's a concept to try and explain to people. The noise came from the basement, but this was a locked room. I'm certain I didn't bring this box with me. I have no idea how it got here. To open it, baby clothes, maternity photo album, painting, painting, painting. It's alright. This is the bad room now. Don't even worry about it. So the things I put up. So the first one is a gift box from Jessica's friends a few months ago. The box is mouldy and there's a terrible scent coming from it. It's baby shoes never worn. The book is a baby photo album I bought when I was going to give to Jessica. The pages inside are starting to rot. I thought I'd gotten rid of this. Very much implying that whatever happened... Anyway, you get me. Jessica painted this while traveling with her parents as a teenager. It's still one of her favourite after all this time. The first one was, I'm not sure when Jessica painted this. I'm not even sure I've seen this before. Perhaps it's one of the many paintings she ended up hiding from everyone because she was ashamed of how it turned out. And one last painting. This was Jessica's last painting. She'd been feeling uninspired for a while before making this and was determined never to paint again. I can't do anything right now. Door's gone. happened here? This leak is quickly deteriorating the ceiling, but I feel like I should do something or it will collapse soon, but I can barely look at this thing. It's making me lightheaded and nauseous. It's frustrating, though. I know I need to take care of it, but I feel so repulsed. What the fuck? Do not erase ahead this mold! Friends, I thought we were coming on another House of Leaves journey, but this is quickly turning into some fucking naked lunch Cronenberg shit. The front door is gone. The back door is gone. The soft knocking, I believe, is coming from above us. We are currently unable to unpack, examine anything. The windows are gone. All the windows are gone. Fuck me. I currently feel like, I don't know, a madman who voluntarily signed himself up for something impossible and is now going surprised Pika face. Man, I signed up to move into this like haunted house. It's so hard to tell where this knocking is coming from specifically. It's coming from outside, but very bad. See, I've talked a lot in these previous ones about, like, who are we? What are we to this world, right? The idea that who we play in these kind of situations contextualizes everything else that happens. But this poor person was drawn here. He didn't choose this. He didn't sign up. Oh, fuck sticks. Every other window in the house was gone. We found the only window that hasn't. I have now looked at it and a door has closed. Whatever happens from now... Fuck, I have screwed up. The door behind us closed. The knocking has stopped. Whatever the strange being of the floor is. The door is locked and I don't know what that is. extends as far as the eye can see. The place of regret. The only thing I can see in this void is this person. Are they a person? Immediately regret my choices. What the fuck? And we're back. The basement door is still locked. But did you notice how nothing about that was jump scary? Nothing was like ooka booka booka. Nothing screamed in our face. Man just sent us a text saying it was your fault. The fuck? Oh, what in the fucking PT flavored fuckery have we just walked into? Nope. The environments have violently flipped. The kitchen is upside down. The door outside is gone. The way towards the guest hallway is now fucking impossibly long. Couch is still there though. Really glad we put the little fan up. That's good. I'm going to look upstairs. I cannot look upstairs. There is no connective space. But everything above us is this dark red unending fog. The only path forward is this impossible hallway. At this point, friends, I actually kind of feel like I am the investigator. Or perhaps the individual, like, I'm the one leaving this message for you. Could my obsession with the Navidson report have turned me into someone that seeks this? Does anyone know a therapist that could analyze my bullshit? Because it would probably be fascinating. I hear something in this space. The strange mass is speaking. I can't fathom what I'm seeing. There's an extremely repulsive slime forming from the leak in the ceiling, and it gives off this horrible stench that makes me nauseous, lightheaded and disoriented. It looks like it's alive. Just a happy late night video game. It's just a game about ponies. Oh, no. Bad spider wife. Bad spider wife. Possible hallway is back. The kitchen into the bathroom is now empty. The kitchen is still inverted, but so much of it is now missing. The couch is gone. Bad spider wife. Get down from there. Down from there. No. No. The VHS tabled. Tape 4, birth. You wanna watch a video with me? Alright. As the tape starts playing, I find myself instantly immersed in the nightmarish, disoriented reflection of the man's tortured psyche. There is a whole-ass person in the corner there doing a spider impression. The scene is a collection of fragmented images, disjointed sounds and memories, deeply unsettling feelings. Somehow merged and played all at once. It's an incoherent mess, and I can barely make out what I'm seeing. It frightens me to my core, and at the same time, it's sort of beautiful. It makes sense to me. The man's face and body are completely disoriented, beyond recognition. If I ever knew who he was before, I can no longer and never will again. But at this moment, I feel an overwhelming surge of empathy for him, as if his pain reverberating within my own body, as if his pain were reverberating within my own body. The tape becomes a conduit for his suffering, a mirror reflecting my own battle along with his. The fragments of his voice reaching my ears like shards of broken glass. Speak of a foreshadowed catastrophe that was shattered. Reach my ears like shards of broken glass. Speak of a foreshadowed catastrophe that shattered his world just like mine. In the midst of chaos, there's a moment of eerie stillness. The man's eyes meet mine through the flickering and glitchy screen. Fleeting recognition that sends a chill down my spine. He's now fully aware of my presence, and his torment reaches beyond the confines of the tape. And then, in a crescendo of madness and despair, the tape abruptly cuts off. The abrupt ending leaves me gasping for breath, my heart pounding in my chest. The darkness lingers, echoing with unanswered questions and haunting whispers. It's haunting and inviting all at once. I'm left grappling with the fragments of his shattered existence, piecing together the shards of his unraveling mind. That man is gone forever now, and the tape has become a portal into the darkest recesses of our consciousness, forcing us to confront the demons that lurk within. Got any comments? Okay, I don't know if you've noticed the same vibe I have right now, right? This is liminal space horror, that is true. But this is something else. I don't think we are playing as the person. I think we are playing their emotional retelling. Whether this truly is a house haunted, or whether this is an individual haunted by grief, driven to the things that we see, the things that they imagine before them, the idea that they feel they deserve this. It almost doesn't matter. The poetic nature in which we, and by we I mean the character we're playing as, evocatively unfurls the things that they see is far too beautiful and far too coherent to be reactions. If I was in this situation and I've got Spider-Lass up in the corner while I watch the tape of a man's last moments of madness trapped within cinema, I sure as shit wouldn't have the glorious, flowery, poetic language that he has. His situation is horrific beyond imagining, and yet his mind conjures up almost a certain kind of beauty in how he describes it. He put down baby shoes never worn. These paintings seem to have been painted by Jessica, but I've never seen them before. There are things in this space that are truly horrifying, certainly, but you notice that he's kind of steeped in it. Whether the forces at play here command and pull him, or whether this is the story of who he was, where he was, and to hate that. He says the same thing. These are paintings by Jessica, his wife who passed, but he's never seen them before. Whatever forces may or may not be at play here, this could just be the things that haunt him. I can't fathom what I'm seeing. There's an extremely repulsive thing. Oh, it is just growing. In pools, in the Navidson report, in some of the other things that we've done, You never know if you're dealing with a living entity or a creature or what have you, but this could just be the feelings that haunt one man. The house is all but gone. The stairway is gone, the things that he put forth are gone. We started this game as a dad cozy game. We decorated this living room. We would have decorated this whole ass house had we been given the chance. And all that we put in is gone. As we talked to Jessica, she seemed to be distracted by something in front of her. Did you see the latest paintings I made? Each took an eternity to finish, but I think they turned out perfect. I did. I was thinking of you and our baby Laura. You know. That's why they look so wonderful. Jessica, do you remember that question I asked you? What does God look like? Yes, what does God look like? It's funny that you were never religious, but you've always tried to help me understand why we could never truly see him. I really appreciate that, you know. As an aside to an aside, there is an incredible short horror film, also on this YouTube, about a painting that is the true face of God, and only certain people can see it, and it is not a religious movie, and it is very spooky. I'm going to say that I really miss you. But I see him now, she smiles. I see him and he's beautiful. Do you see him too? I'm sorry, but I don't. Ah, pity. I wish you could see him too. So powerful and astounding and devastating. I feel like tearing my face off, like in that movie Face Off, but in the most wonderful way. I've been trying to forgive myself, or I don't know if I can let go. Oh, don't worry about me anymore. We have our baby to care for now. Silly, do you hear that? She's crying. Poor thing. I should go check on the little girl. She's probably hungry. Yeah, no, this is some fucked up shit. But if I had to put this into any kind of category, this strikes me less as the liminal space horror that I've been questing for, and more as one person's grief driving them to madness. This whole thing is a torture of his own creation. He feels responsible in every way, and it is driving him to madness. Anyway, again, you'll notice that we aren't being hit with jump scares. Everything is being twisted and distorted. This is unsettling in its peak. Just to talk to spooky spider Jessica. Oh, look, honey. See, I told your father you're hungry, aren't you? Don't worry, Laura. Mommy will feed you. I hate that's a thing that I just read out loud. Oh, hello, darling. You've been away for a while. Barely seen you recently, come to think of it. Where have you been? Don't you miss us? It's so lonely and empty here. And Laura doesn't stop crying for her dad. Of course I miss you. Then I have a wonderful idea. Why don't you join us? Well, Laura misses you so much, and she's so hungry all the time. I really want to satiate her hunger. Or sate her hunger, sorry. I can't see her suffering like this. I guess I will join you. I'm so glad. Go ahead and feed her now. We'll be waiting for you to join us. But again, oh, Exit 8 was the other one we played, which definitely felt like an SCP case, but no. Let family go. door. Join your family or let your family go. This doesn't feel like a traditional choice in the sense of a good, bad ending. There's an agency here, but it is purely of our characters' making. As I read the situation as we are here now, like a knee-jerk reaction to the horror text in front of us, do we dive into our own psychoses? Or do we let them go? The healthy thing to do is to let the family go. The thing about the tapes earlier that was so fascinating is that our character was so clearly projecting onto them. If the first tape was just some people having a good time, our character saw something insidious behind their eyes that might not have been there. And everything after that, well, that's fucking all bets are off, right? I'm going to attempt to let them go. I think that's the only thing this character could do. What happens from that, I don't know. Okay, and we're back. The leak seems to have stopped. There are lights down here. The living room is as we decorated it. And as we go to leave the house, ever since the accident, exactly as we set it up, guilt has haunted me. So I built a labyrinth. And I found my way out. Windows are gone. It does mean that there's a whole ass another ending. What is it to dive into your own psychoses? Fuck! Okay, I got the good ending. Yay! We found 4 of 5 secrets. The game was made by Scary Cube, Bruno Crisanto. And friends, I'm not going to play through the other ending, as I think that you should have a look for yourself. No translation found for the... What? But okay. Oh, man. You know, this was so different than everything else we've been playing on this. The Nameless City was the arrogance of the rich and the smart, delving into things they couldn't handle. Both Exit 8 and Pools, depending on how you choose to interpret them, were normal people in unnormal situations. But this is just a story of grief. Whether or not those things really happened, whether or not this person just got shit-faced drunk and felt that madness kind of laying upon them. Were they pulled to this house? Was it their desperation to try and escape this weight, this guilt, this emotion that weighed on them? so far as we played through this was the story of a person forgiving themselves for something tragic and impossibly devastating. That whether or not it was their fault, they blamed themselves for wholeheartedly. This wasn't a liminal space horror. This was a person making their deep-seated feelings manifest through a house. And who knows, maybe if we were to play the bad ending, we'd get more of a read. But I hope if this is the first time you see this game, hell, if this is the first time that we've met, I hope you consider buying this, because this is a very indie horror game. And buying it will help out, was it Scary Cube? Yeah. So, what a wonderful game. I actually think that this idea could have been exposed upon, and I'll have to look at Scary Cube and see if they've done anything similar, but the fact that the places that you set up are referenced in the end is this notion that you really were here, and the things that you really did have an impact. This wasn't a haunted house story, this is a haunted person. I'm really glad I didn't choose to dive into the sentient goo of our deceased daughter plus wife. So yeah. Fucking hell, what a good game. I've been sitting on this one for weeks. It came out last year. So okay, if you enjoyed this, please, 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 either pick up a copy, play it yourself, gift it to a friend, leave a review, help these wonderful horror indies out. Once again, to those of you who've been asking me to do less horror stuff, I'm sorry. I can't help that these things are really clever. Alright? Not made of stone. But I will try and make sure there's some wholesome shit in the schedule this coming week, alright? So I'll try and balance it out. Yeah. Thank you for coming with me on this. I feel like this was less horrifying and more, I don't know, expressive. And it's rare to be able to treat these games with the care and love that they deserve, you know? Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for... If we've never met before, by the way, I am terrible at ending streams and videos. It is a chronic condition, because I actually don't want to stop hanging out. So, let me vaguely pretend like I'm good at what I do. If you have enjoyed this, again, please support the original creator. If this is the first time we've met, you're kind of sitting on a YouTubian channel that is predominantly the VODs and incoherent nonsense of someone who streams for a living. So, if you have some thoughts and feels in this video, come by the stream, talk to me about them. I'd love to discuss them with you, alright? That's the Viking_blonde at twitch.television. If you'd like to throw a subscription to this here YouTubian channel, go for it. It's a mixed bag of nonsense. It has no cohesive through line, and it never will. But regardless, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and to be continued, alright?